Welcome back to the Old History Project YouTube channel. Please remember to like this video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Please see the description below for links to my Facebook page and podcast. Morning everybody, historians from around the internet. Welcome back to the Old History Project. So today, right now, I'm standing on the porch of Hayslope. This is going to be another Hayslope update. I think this is part 3. So lots of good things have happened since the last update. We have most of, if not all of, the house cleaned out. I don't know, I've just got here. So I'm going to take you guys and give you a proper walk through old history style, showing you what it looks like clean, and maybe a few pictures of what it did look like, or I don't know how I'll do that. We'll just have to see. So anyway, just some other updates in the meantime. Myself, I am now on the board of directors for the Hayslope Preservation Fund, which is a goal aimed at the restoration of nothing more than Hayslope. So this should come as a surprise for nobody because of how much I'm up here helping the owner out. There's a bunch of other people on it. I think 1 or 2 of them I know personally. One of them is actually a subscriber to Old History, but I haven't met her yet. But that'll come soon enough. So anyway, before we get started here, just want to remind everybody I do have a Patreon set up where you can donate to the Old History Project if you see fit, helping out your favorite internet historian, your favorite Indiana Jones. Or if you don't want to donate to me, I would highly encourage you to donate to Hayslope itself. You can do so at hayslope.org. I'll put the link down below. Be sure you go and check them out. Check us out, excuse me. A couple people make new blog posts every now and again to show updates with the house, or maybe some new research and history that we found. So if you don't want to donate to the Old History Project, please donate, or at least send a message to hayslope.org to see how exactly you can help, because this is a massive project and we're all super proud of it. This house has been neglected for a little far too long. So nonetheless, let's go in and we'll walk you around. Hey everybody, I just want to let you all know that this is my very first hands-on preservation experience. And while I myself have lots of prior experience handling fragile materials like wood or books or things of that nature, I'm doing a lot of this work under the supervision of an actual preservationist, the goal here is to just not completely destroy the original logs. And with that said, I wanted to remind everybody, if you're thinking of doing your own preservation project, please consult an actual preservationist, or an architectural historian, or somebody that's knowledgeable in the field before you just jump right into it. Because there are things that you can do even by accident, even if you have good intentions, that can be very damaging to certain materials. So that's just something to consider. And I also wanted to ask everybody to go give my good buddy Michael at Sasquatch a look-see. He makes barbecue sauces and hot sauce, and he's based out of Kentucky. And you guys know how I like to support my friends' small businesses. So that's Sasquatch, S-O-S-S, Squatch, like Sasquatch. Back to Hayslope. Also, before I get too into this, I was actually in the Citizen Tribune, the Morristown newspaper, the other day. Somebody actually watches my content, and they wanted to put me in a story, and they went to go interview me and found out that I won the award. They did not know that. Also, I had some people reach out to me to do, a collaborative video. And they was like, hey, do you think you have something we could work together on? There's a newer YouTube channel, some people I talked to a little bit. I said sure, and I made sure it was okay, and they're coming up here to Hayslope to do a film with me. Well, they'll be interviewing me as a board member because none of the other ones are actually here. All right, so diving right in. I think that this room right here was a torture room. Okay, no, I'm not kidding. I think it actually was the original entrance to the loft from the outside, because the original cabin was actually on that side, and it was a one-roomer with a loft, we think. Found a lot of conflicting information, but we think that James Roddy actually built this section too, because under this part of the floor we found logs, old logs. So this, of course, obviously is a bedroom. They added the dormers, I think, in the 1930s. Not too sure about that, but I think they have to come down for the restoration. I'm not entirely sure as of yet what is going to happen with those. Of course, up there you have the attic. Those look like 19th, maybe late 1800s cuts. Maybe the roof, that's when the roof was replaced, I don't know. Of course, you have the big old chimney out there. I'm not opening the window. This would have been the loft, and now they've raised the roof about a good 4 or 5 feet. And I'll show you why I think that, or we think that. Open the door here. Hold on. All right, so the light here that we had blew a bulb, and I didn't know that. So I'm sorry, y'all, but the best I can do for now. So I think that right here, this top log right here was the actual top of the roof right here. This is where the rafters would have went, right there and right there. But then when they done all the modifications, they done all of that and raised it up. So yeah, the original roof line of Hayslope was about 3 to 4 feet lower, and it would have had more of a slope that looked like the Crockett Tavern or the John Oliver cabin in Cades Cove. So there is another window in this area. There's over there and over here, and I think it's actually a little bit lower. I think they might have moved the floor a little bit, I don't know. And I'll show you guys a picture here in just a little while. I've got some more stuff to show you. So would have been a bigger window there and a bigger window there. And then this right here, before this was actually boxed in and closed, would have been the porch, part of the porch anyway. You know, again, I'll show you guys the picture here in just a minute. So this is a cedar room that was added by Esco Thomason, I believe is his name. Right here would have been one of the original cabin windows, I believe. You can see it's boarded up. Window frame right there. Haven't taken this off yet. We're really focusing downstairs. Of course, there's the other window for this side. So the cool part about this is, we're going to try our best to preserve this. This is the other cedar room, also added by Esco Thomason. So cedar is very easy to work with, but it's also a very resilient wood. Like that, of course, that's dry rotted, but this is all going to get taken down and preserved and given to a professional. I don't know exactly how that's going to work out, but I'll be certain to update you, or you can follow the Hayslope blog and you know, just see what's going on there if you don't hear it from me. So I will show you guys a picture of this back section of the house, looking at it from that angle, so you guys can get a better idea of just what all kind of extensive modifications have happened here. All right, so you guys see, this is the section of the house that was just shown in that picture. So over there, just past that rock there, would have been a dining room extension. So this house technically, of course that was added on, it technically was an L, in an L configuration. Which is really interesting because what we've read from family history reports say that that dining room could hold about 50 to 60 people. Means that it would have been rather large. So this should give you a good comparison between that picture and what's going on. So of course, the porch that you see was boxed in and became the kitchen, meaning that everything from here on is still the original log cabin. But unfortunately, what we think, and I'm not a structural engineer, I'm just a historian slash historical preservationist, whatever you want to call me. We think that this half of the house is actually pulling back on the original log structure, so it's in bad shape. So that's going to have to go, and that's probably going to have to go because it's got a kind of like a slope to it. But again, this isn't like an official announcement. That comes from the owner, director of all this. So of course, and I'll show you guys another picture here later on and show you how much lower the roof line was than that. So original cabin, added on porch up there, and then all that was boxed in. So ain't this so neat to just look back on now and see these comparative photos. I can't see this rock in that picture, but nonetheless, that part of the house is going to have to go. It's free floating, and it's I don't know how it's honestly even still standing, but again, that's why we're here. We're trying to get the house into a better state, and we've already made so much progress. So dining room came out probably to about right there, or maybe right there. I'm not entirely sure. I think that looks like would have been used as a foundation, but nonetheless, ain't this also cool? All right, so we'll go in and I'm going to show you guys the living room area, part of the original cabin, you know, stuff that we found there and what we've done in there. So let's go right in. All right, historians, so here we are in the living room area, what would have been the original bedroom, dining room, kitchen, whatever you can think of for the log cabin, the original cabin. It would have went from about over in that area over there. Of course, that would have been an external staircase from roughly this wall on over. And I know it's very dark. My light's wanting to not work. So in the last video I discussed, I showed everybody the original door frame with the chinking material still in it. And we hadn't removed any of these boards or any of that wallpaper yet. So what me, Mrs. History, and Megan Gray, the other board member, done was we took all the wallpaper off. Found an interesting date, which was in military format, I believe, like 1922. We found that it's probably somebody taking measurements from this wall to that wall there. I'd point, but my hands are full. So we have discovered that these are, in fact, American chestnut planks. So that also means that we have to be extremely careful when we're taking these off, and so far we have. We've taken every individual square head nail out, put it in a bag somewhere, and we've got all of the planks set up over here. I was looking at this writing right there. I don't know what that says. No idea. Anyway, so took the planks off of the chimney, the mantelpiece. Discovered that most of the logs in this part of the house we think have been blown out for the windows. I think, I don't know. Nonetheless, we took all this stuff out, all the planks off of that, and although I got the Jesus scared out of me because a horseshoe fell on my foot, this is the original log mantelpiece. Now, Esco Thompson, whatever, boarded this up. I don't know what's beeping. Anyway, boarded the chimney up. So, anyway, got over here, took all these off, discovered that we think there's a window up there. Not entirely sure. I don't want to. So anyway, before the alarm got set off here, I'll cut that out. It's embarrassing. I think there's a window here. I haven't took these logs off yet. That's what we think is going on with all this stuff here. I think that's just an old window frame. Don't know. I haven't took it off yet. So here in this corner, this is why we have to be extremely careful, and we're treating this as if, I don't know, we found the Ark of the Covenant or something, because really extensive, there's some termite, it's not extensive, but there's just some termite damage onto some of the wood. This could be, you see how fragile that is. It's just too fragile. And there's another example. I'm trying to shine my light in there. And we don't want to tear off any more of the original logs that we have to, but luckily, that's why we have preservationists and engineers, because you can technically replace all that, but that's not my department. So anyway, on the other side of this wall, I want to see if I can find that window. So I'll do a quick little time lapse and we'll get at it. Alright guys, so we're going to take this section of the wall out. We just want to see if there's a window back there, see what the logs on this side of the house look like. So you guys getting a first-hand look at some demolition going on. I'll make a fast a time-lapse version of this, put it in a video, but nonetheless, we do want to be careful because we're not sure what the logs on this side of the wall look like, so I'm going to be very careful not to damage them. But we're sure that most of this is drywall, and drywall doesn't matter, or it's just plasterboard or something along them lines. Alright, so what you just seen before, all this wallpaper, this is not sheetrock like we thought it would be, because this would have been the porch. So what they probably did is they probably got some shiplap and put it up there over the siding, which is what I think that might be in there. I don't know, I don't want to take any more of it off or damage anything under there. So that's all really cool. I think that might have been 1898, 1910. All right. So anyway, there's that. Hope you enjoyed that time lapse. I'm not too good at time lapses. So this right here is exactly why this part of the house has got to go. It's in horrible shape. It's got a lean to it. That's, now I know they didn't have levels back then, but I mean, this is the leaning tower of Hayslope. The floor's buckled back here, all kinds of stuff, and we think it's pulling the back half of the house with it. So maybe not, but it's going to have to go nonetheless. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this little walkthrough of Hayslope. So thanks for tuning in, and remember, you can donate to the Old History Project on Patreon. I'll put the link below, or you can donate to the Hayslope Project as a whole. Either or, you don't have to, either one of them. And also, this project here is sort of my, I want to say it's my introduction into historic preservation. A field that I've wanted to get into for a while now, but just have never actually been sure on how to go about it. So maybe there'll be more projects to come. Who knows? So, nonetheless, this has been the Old History Project with part 3 of the Hayslope restoration. Demolition and restoration, I guess. So, thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys at the next update.